Hey there, and welcome to the Easy Spreadsheets for Life channel, where we create easy-to-use digital tools for real life. And today I'm going to walk you through how to use our assignment tracker spreadsheet, which is compatible with both Google Sheets and Excel 365. Now, I remember when I was in college, the first time, and this was before email and the internet, I had a small spiral-bound calendar where I kept all of my assignment due dates and information. And it did help me a lot, but after a few weeks of writing in it, it got a little bit messy and chaotic, and it just wasn't easy to find things. And this is one reason I love using spreadsheets in my daily life. They're easy to keep organized, they're easy to search, change, edit, add to, copy, even share with others. And when I feel organized, I feel a greater sense of control and even like calmness, and it just helps keep my mind focused on those things that help me stay productive and effective and efficient. So this assignment tracker was created for all of those reasons, to help you as a student or even a parent if your children are younger, just to keep all those assignment details in one place so you can stay on track, get everything turned in on time, and hopefully improve your academic performance. All right, let's dive in with the tracker. Now, the assignment tracker comes pre-formatted with everything you need to manage your assignments efficiently. It's a very simple template. There aren't any complicated formulas. It's just two tabs that include this Start Here tab and then the Tracker tab. Now, as with most of our templates, the Start Here tab includes helpful information and resources just to help guide you through how to use the spreadsheet and also access additional support. And sometimes with our templates, there will also be a little bit of setup that you would need to complete on this tab. But like I said, this tracker is very simple. There's no additional setup on this tab required to start tracking right away. So with that, let's head over to the tracker. So you'll notice I already have some mock data filled in, and that's just to show you what the tracker looks like as you enter your information and start using all of its features. And the first thing I want to show you is this table up here, which you'll fill out with class names and teacher names. So you have 8 rows, and the data in this table will feed a drop-down menu and formula down here in the tracker section. So it is important to set that up first, and I'm just going to add one more class to the table just to give you an example. I just click in the cell and start typing. The next step you can take is typing in the current semester here in this cell. It's optional, but I'll show you how this may be very helpful for you a little later. Now, down here in the tracker section, there are several columns where you'll log each assignment by first entering the assignment name. So I'll just add an assignment here on the next row as I walk you through each column. These, of course, are just generic names. You'll definitely want to add something more specific, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to continue with the genericacy, if that's a word, and enter assignment 8. So you can see when I added this new assignment, the spreadsheet automatically increases the count here in this column. And if you happen to add another assignment, like say down here, and you have these blank rows in between, or even if you like delete one up here, the counter will update accordingly. So I'm just going to get rid of those for now. Then next, you'll select the class from the drop-down menu. And I'm going to select the class that I just added, which is now added to the menu. And when I do that, the teacher column will automatically fill in. And you'll notice that this teacher column has a colored background. And this is important to know about our templates. Typically, a colored background will indicate a protected cell, meaning you'll get a warning if you try to type in it because it either has a text or a formula inside the cell. So if I try to type into this cell in the teacher column, this message will pop up. And I can either escape or click cancel or the X to back out. And we see that the change didn't stay. And of course, this just helps prevent deletion of a formula that helps the template run at its full capacity. So next you can select the assignment type. This column is totally optional and it's not connected to any other formulas or graphs in the template. So for this example, I'll just select homework. Then you can add details about the assignment just to help you remember what the assignment is about. And then this column here is where you can add a link, maybe to a Google Doc or like a website you use as a reference. Just click on the link symbol. That would be a right click. Right click on the link symbol and you would select Insert Link. Then this window will pop up where you can either type in or paste the URL. So I'll just add a relevant link here for my Spanish class. And then I'll hit apply. And now we have this link that we can go directly to. All right, next you can add the date assigned, but this is optional. But the due date over here is important because it feeds the formula here in the days left column. So you can see if I leave this date assigned blank, but then I'll enter a due date here, let's say September 18th, it doesn't have any effect on the days left column because this formula is based on today's date and not the date assigned. So it's up to you. If you want to use the date assigned column, it's just one more piece of info that may be helpful for tracking. Also, there is some color formatting in these columns. These dates here are past due because the date, like this one and this one and this one, is before today and the turned in column is not checked. If I check that it's been turned in, for example, I'll check this one, then the date will go black again. So a couple of other things happen when I check the box. The assignment name turns gray and is striped out, and the days left column turns to a dash. Now, if I accidentally enter a date due that is before the date assigned, for example, here I'll enter September 19th, then the whole cell will turn red. And this is just the template letting you know that there's been a mistake, and that means just one of these dates needs to be corrected. And then this current status column over here is where you will select the progress with your assignment. And when I click the down arrow, I have all of these options, each of which is color-coded for quick review. And the significance of the current status selection is that it generates this bar graph up here at the top. So if you want to get this visual feedback and have it be accurate, you'll need to select the status for every assignment, and then of course you should update the status as you continue to make progress. So here I'm just going to select in progress, and also let me point out that when late is selected, like here, the assignment name will turn red. Next is another selection that is optional, but it can help you prioritize your workload. So you just select the priority of each assignment, and again, this column is color-coded so you can quickly see what needs attention and you can manage your time better. So in this example, looks like the assignment is due in 2 days, so I will select high as my priority. And then the next 4 columns are optional, but also helpful in tracking your progress. And they include the date submitted, which of course you won't fill in until you've selected submitted over here in the current status column. I'll leave that blank for now. And then the final grade, which you'll fill in when you've selected graded over here. And this column is purely a text field, meaning it's not formatted to be a decimal or a percent. So you can add your grade in the formatting that's relevant to you. So you can either type in like B plus or 87%. It's just a text field. Same with the weight column. The assignment is weighted for your overall grade, then you can either add like a percentage or you can add points. Again, this column isn't formatted to be decimal or percentage, so if you're entering a percent, just be sure to add the percent sign. Then on the end is another text field where you can add any additional notes that will help you with your assignment tracking. Okay, so let's go up to the top and you'll find this automated table that fills in the next 8 due dates for all of the assignments listed that are not checked as turned in over here. They're listed in order by ascending date. And then there are these two graphs which break down the number of assignments by class, which is this pie chart here. And the bar graph is the breakdown of the current status column like I mentioned earlier. And you can click on the graph and then move your cursor around to see more information. All right, now let me just go back to this semester field over here just quickly. If you use this assignment tracker for all terms in all semesters and you just throw all of your assignments into the one tracker, then filling in this field might not be really helpful. And of course, you can totally do that. The tracker has 1,000 rows, so there's plenty of space. And again, you can always add more rows. But you can also duplicate this tracker for different semesters. And that's when the field can be helpful. So all you need to do is click the down arrow on the tab down here and then select duplicate. And an exact copy of the template is created. Then you would select the down arrow of the duplicate tab and select rename. So maybe I want to name this one like spring of 2025. Now you have a duplicate template that you can use for a different term. You would just clear all of the cells that are not protected. And then you have a blank sheet again. Okay, so that wraps up the tutorial, but I do just want to let you know about our online support. Before, I had mentioned that all of our spreadsheets do have protection just to prevent accidental edits and deletion of formulas, but you can always either pause or remove the protection. And to learn how to do that, you just go back to this Start Here tab and you would click this link here for those instructions. And of course, with all of our templates, you can always change colors, you can add rows, hide rows, you can change fonts, etc. You can make it your own. And all of those instructions can be found on our FAQ and our tips and tricks pages on our website. And you just find those links up here at the top. So you can grab your own copy of the assignment tracker in the link below and start tracking your way to better grades today. If you found this tutorial helpful, go ahead and give it a like, hit subscribe, and check the description for the link to this Etsy listing, as well as a link to our Etsy shop homepage where we have dozens of Google Sheet and Excel templates to make your life easier. I'll catch you in the next video, and good luck with your academic adventure.